Warning, this podcast contains material not suitable for younger audiences, and some material that's not suitable for older audiences. If you're part of any age group, we've found a way to offend you. Run while you still can. We are the Hapless Heroes.
To whom do I owe the pleasure?
I am pregnant.
Oh my god, what the fuck are you? Hello, everyone. Welcome to another bonus episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast. I'm Francesco. Today, I'll be your host and DM. We have a smaller crew here today, a very special crew. To my left, we have Mike playing Lord Captain Kwin Southwind.
Woo, I'm back.
We have Zach playing... Well, who are you playing?
I'm pregnant. I'm a frog.
Oh, God. I know I said I wasn't going to let him do it, folks, but I did.
Pregnant as a happy frog.
I'm already concerned.
Right. And finally, we have John. And who are you playing tonight, John?
I am playing Dr. Didou. Welcome. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, boy.
Dr. Didou?
Dr. Didou.
Stay a while and listen.
What have I missed?
It's going to be a fucking fun time.
Apparently some nonsense.
So, while everything else was going on with the party, while they were dealing with the whole situation with the challenge and then the aftermath of said challenge.
Which was quite a bit.
Yeah. Kwin and Felix went off on their own to try to sell this gem that Kwin stole, well, that we all stole when we did our heist, that has had some really interesting results on Kwin's life, and we don't really know exactly what this thing does, but...
This is the one from Grand Theft Uh-Oh?
Yep.
Yes.
And the Jewel of Denial or the Nope Diamond.
The Nope Diamond. I understand.
So this black diamond of Garthax is what we're trying to sell. So we're going to open up into the streets of Tamasha here. Kwin and Felix had disappeared into the crowd. And Felix turns to you, Kwin, and he says, okay, so this gem that you have here, right? Like, we stole it, and we're still holding on to it, and I feel like, we could use some money, maybe we can invest it back in the keep, you know what I mean? I feel like the interns are doing what they can with what we got, but it's pretty barren in there. So I figured this would be a great way for us to secure some funding, get our stuff together. And I know this guy, and I'm going to warn you, he's a bit eccentric, but I think he's very interested in magical items. I think he might be able to pay us a pretty penny for this thing. We can just get it off our hands, put the whole thing behind us, and everything's going to be okay. What do you think, pal?
I'm concerned because your plans never follow through the way they're supposed to.
My plans always work, Kwin. And if they don't work, they still worked somehow.
60% of the time, all of the time.
That's right.
Okay.
It's a great motto.
Let's see where this leads us.
Okay.
I would like to get rid of it.
All right. So this guy, this Dr. Didou, I met him several years ago.
What's his name?
Dr. Didou.
Didou.
Yeah, I don't even know his first name. We met at a work thing. He wasn't part of the project or anything like that, but he's
like
probably...
a Christmas party?
What's Christmas?
A work thing?
Wait, what's the song? I met around on a Saturday night. Do run, 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 do run, run.
Sure.
Who's
yeah.
Ron?
He kind of keeps to himself. He's like in a hut off, on the coast, to the east of here, like northeast. Just figure we go pay him a visit, see what he'll give us for this thing. Let's just get rid of it.
I have no use for it.
Well, I figured. I mean, you've just been hanging on to this thing. Let's make something from it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see what happens.
All right. So, you guys go up to the project. He's like, hold on a second. We should probably get us a couple camels. Now that I think about it, so you kind of about face, and you head to the you head up to the project. Felix goes up to the front, like sort of reception, like welcome desk, in their main foyer. So the assistant's there, and she says, "Oh, Felix, you were just here. What are you doing? What have you been doing back here?" And Felix is like, "Oh, I figure Kwin and I should grab a couple camels, and we got to go over and see Dr. Didu. I'm not sure if you remember the guy." She's like, "Oh yeah, I remember him. But okay, your companions just took 5 camels, and they already killed one of them, so 6.
They killed one of them? That happened.
I mean, they came back with -1 camel and then asked for another one maybe 5 minutes before you guys came back here.
I left them for what, an hour?
It's probably been less than that.
We need to get back soon.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. We have a couple more camels. So she goes over and she just marks 2 more that's rented out. She's like, yeah, there's 2 out front. You'll see them tied up. It's the one with the green collar and the blue collar. And Felix is like, thanks. So you guys go outside, grab your camels. Felix kind of like pats his a little bit, and he also struggles to kind of get up there. You know what I mean? To sit on the back of the thing because he's short. Mm-hmm. He's like, Kwin, can you give me a little boost?
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna offer if he didn't ask.
Okay.
I'm not a total jerk.
Okay, that's good. So you guys hop on your camels and make the half day's journey out. You're kind of following along the coastline for the most part. To the northern of because Tamasha here is at the north end of this mini continent, right? It's probably about the size of Antarctica, or not Antarctica. Sorry, probably the size of like Australia, like if you're comparatively speaking. And Tamasha here is on the northern coast. So you guys just follow the northern coast east. And after about a half a day, the sun's beginning to set a bit. You happen upon a just a pretty small hut, just sort of like tucked away behind like a sand dune that kind of goes down into like a beach area where like the ocean is. And he's like, well, you guys dismount your camels at this point. And Felix goes, all right, Kwin, we got to approach slowly. I'm going to announce our presence. All right. Because he's a little hard of hearing. And, just don't do anything threatening. This guy he's a brilliant mind, but he's just a crazy motherfucker.
Do I look like Hoblet?
I've been spending too much time with him, Kwin.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So like, it's just, the standards are so low at this point. So you guys, or the two of us.
Wait, was that a short joke?
It wasn't meant to be, but it is now.
He's not even here to defend himself.
Right. I think that's the point, because he'll listen to this at some point.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. So the goal is literally to make as many short jokes as possible.
Well, I mean, you're with Felix.
Okay, I got it. I got it. All right.
So as you guys start to approach this hut, you see Felix use prestidigitation to kind of make his voice boom a little bit. And or minor illusion, I mean. And he says, Dr. Didu! And you guys are still about maybe 150 feet from the house, but it kind of booms out towards the hut. Is there any response?
No.
Okay.
Maybe he's not home.
Well, I mean, I've announced our presence at least, so I'm going to go, let's just go knock on the door. He knows we're coming. Just slowly. Just follow my lead.
As you approach the door, you can probably see a very excited Pregnart just peeking up through the window, sort of like switching between sides of the window as you would like an excited dog.
Sure. I'm going to roll perception for Felix. Why don't you roll perception for Kwin? Oh, Felix nat 20.
He sees him.
Yeah, pretty high.
Okay.
Hold on, 18.
So I look into the window. I'm like, God, fuck, what is that?
It looks like a...
Is it a frog?
Frog?
But it's a gigantic frog. He's walking. Hold on. This is... Okay. All right. I told you this guy was weird. Okay. So just be ready for anything. We'll just try to get in, sell the thing, get out. You know what I mean?
Quinn kind of just lays his hand on the sheath of his dagger.
Okay. So you guys get to the door, and Felix kind of knocks very softly, and he says, "Dr. Dedue, it is your friend Felix Fizzlebottom from the Omega Project."
From inside, you just hear, "Pregnant! Get the door!"
Oh, man. Really? Okay.
Pregnant.
Pregnant opens the door and he says,
Hello, you are.
Quinn immediately takes out his dagger and takes 3 steps back. What is that?
Are you friendly? What are you looking for? Are you looking for doctor?
What did you say?
Are you looking for Dr. Dedue?
Quinn just kind of gives Felix like a what the fuck look.
He's giving you the same look back.
Okay, now I'm really concerned.
Felix is going to try to compose himself, and he's like, "Yes, we're looking for Dr. Dedue. We may have something that might interest him to purchase."
Please put away scary knife. I don't like it. Are you friends or not?
Yes, friends, absolutely friends.
Definitely friends.
Friends.
All right.
Now, should we clarify exactly what Pregnant looks like?
Yeah, why don't we do that? So what do we see?
I can't.
What are we seeing besides a frog person?
so Pregnant is, he's about 3.5 feet tall, and he's walking around like a person, but he has features of a frog. He has like a giant bulbous head. He looks like sort of like a weird, like speckled brown greenish toad.
Interesting. Okay.
Bumpy skin, and he's wearing just like a tattered, like weird, oddly moistened blue robe and a fake beard.
Do we see the straps?
Yes, it is a poorly made fake beard, maybe like made of like weird dried moss or something, and you see it's like hanging pretty loosely, so it's obvious. You're just like, why is this guy wearing a fake beard? What is going on here?
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would explain the confused and puzzled looks that we have. Do you let us in?
Once you put away your weapons.
No, I mean we weren't drawing any weapons.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I most certainly did.
Put
that thing just opened the door. I did my weapon.
All right, Quinn. Let's put Daddy's dagger away there for a second.
right.
We're gonna be okay. Yeah. Can we come in?
Happy house, friendly house. No weapon. Come on in.
I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. Okay.
So Quinn just kind of allows Felix to go first.
Yeah, I definitely lead the way. And I kind of call further into the house. Dr. Dedue, it's Felix.
So, I haven't really decided how big is my hut.
So actually, hold on, let me explain, because I'm trying to now sort of relinquish my DM PC control a bit so I can be more of a DM again. And so when you guys enter the hut, you'll notice it even though it looks very small on the outside, it looks expansive in here. This amount of square footage would not fit inside of what the facade of this hut if you were to look at it from the outside. You have it's a very big open floor plan though. You kind of have a little bit of a kitchen sort of area to your left as you enter. Further in, there appears to be some sort of study with chairs. There's a set of stairs that go up to a second floor on your right, and then behind that set of stairs is a wall that kind of the room I think continues out probably behind there somewhere. And that's kind of what we're looking at as far as this floor plan goes.
Okay. So from towards the study, you're going to hear, "Oh, over here. I'm in here, friends."
All right. So Felix walks over there.
I just kind of eye Pregnart for a second, and then I...
Pregnant looks back with a very blank stare and just like a really dumb grin. He's sort of
is there like drool coming out from his face?
Not drool, but sort of just like Not the most intelligent look in his eyes.
I'm just imagining like Hypnotoad right now.
Right.
Just wah, wah, wah.
No, not an imposing, manipulative look in his eyes. Just like one eye is sort of like askance.
Oh no.
Like he's just like drifting off now at this point.
Like
So-
he likes you guys now.
Okay.
So Kwin follows Felix, but with one eye still on Pregnart.
He's probably still got one eye on you.
Yeah.
So as you cross the threshold,
Uh-huh.
Dr. Dedu is immediately going to start up. Oh, good. I've been expecting you for quite a while.
You have?
Yes. Now, come with me.
Felix kind of responds like, "That's odd. Why would you be expecting me?"
So he's going to start leading you towards the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Do you follow him?
We go right from the study back to the kitchen. He could have just walked out here.
Yeah. now Quin's just getting annoyed.
So he walks to a side door,
Uh-huh.
opens it up, points inside, and there's a toilet. And he says to both of you, "It's been broken for quite some time. would you mind? I'll pay you handsomely.
Are you kidding me?
You are the plumbers, correct?"
Quin is just shaking his head at Felix 60% all of the time.
Felix is going to look back at just kind of shoot you a look, Quinn, and then look back at Dr. Dedu and be like, "No, we're not the plumbers. I'm Felix Fizzlebottom. We met at the Omega Project gala several years ago. You were telling me all about your experiments and all that."
Oh, Felix. He doesn't quite seem to connect it yet.
Felix is slightly offended.
Quin is slightly perturbed.
But he's just going to continue. He's going to be like, "Anyways, no, we're here. We have a very valuable item to sell you. We know you have a great interest in things of magical nature or just
I do.
jewelry, rare and precious stones, And we've been trying to figure out, someone who can take this off of our hands. We've been holding on to it for a while. The original buyer didn't really work out. So I just figured maybe we'd just take a look at it, see what it can give us, and we'll just be on our merry way. I don't want to disturb you any further."
Interesting. Okay, then. Well, let's go back to my study, I suppose.
Great.
Slightly becoming Canadian.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Okay. Okay. We follow you back to your study. I'm assuming. Well, I do. Felix does.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Pregnart does sort of like a wiry sort of waddle behind you guys back there.
And Quin kind of like just jumps a little bit from the movement of the frog thing.
Yeah, it sounds wet when he walks.
Oh, come on. Like, quick.
No, just like a damp slap
Right.
with each foot. Yeah.
So the doctor is going to go to his books, and he's going to pull out, because he heard you mention it was some sort of gem.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to pull out a couple books that he knows are related to gems.
Okay. Quinn, do you want to show the man?
Quin takes out a sack, pulls the gem out of the sack.
Uh-huh.
Oh, very shiny, dark and shiny. Funny magic.
Quin kind of like pulls it away from the frog and shows Dr. Dedu.
Dr. Dedu walks over, studies it. Oh, this is very interesting.
Make me an Arcana check, Dr. Dedu.
You're a character.
15.
15? Yeah, this gem is while just looking very precious and expensive, is brimming with magic.
Okay. So he's going to take it over. He has like a little like gem like set tool set, almost like a jeweler's set where he would place it like a diamond on top of something to inspect it with some magnifying glasses and stuff like that. And while he is inspecting this gem, he's going to yell back to Pregnart, Pregnart, we might be here for a while. Would you mind getting the gentleman some finger foods? Little cocktail weenies. They're delicious.
I'll be right back with Pregnant's specialty.
I hope you like tiny sausages.
Oh boy. Felix is like, yeah, sure, great.
You hear a bang and clatter in the kitchen, just like mixing and like saws and
Hammer.
Okay.
I think I'm trying to like describe like my feelings right now, and I don't even know what they are. Like I'm confused, angry, and hungry all at the same time.
Right.
These guys have been left to their own devices for far too long. I
Right.
feel like.
All right. So, Dr. Dedu, like, what are you doing while Pregnart is preparing the finger foods?
So while the gem is resting in this kind of holder, he's going to use the spell Identify,
Okay.
which allows me to figure out kind of what a magical item is or what it's imbued with.
It tells you everything about it, and you're doing it as a ritual, right?
Oh yeah, so I don't have a spell slot. For
Correct.
that. Awesome. Very nice.
Yeah, you do that. You're immediately able to identify this as the Black Diamond of Garthax. The property of this particular gem is not great. It's actually cursed.
Right.
You know that this particular gem, first of all, I'll give you the real magical property. But to just kind of describe what it does, it essentially weakens its holder. Like while they possess it, it kind of limits them to performing only mundane feats, essentially, and really kind of damps down their inspiration. So kind of what that translates into, he has a -1 to all of his skills and attack rolls. I think it was, right?
Yep.
And he cannot benefit from inspiration.
All right.
I can also crit fail at 2 if I roll a 2.
Oh wow. I did not know that part.
God.
And
-1
and
for attack rolls?
the only way for this gem
All die rolls.
to be removed from his possession is for it to be stolen.
Okay, so now Dedu
Bum bum bum.
is going to turn to Quinn and say, "How long have you been holding on to this?"
It's been probably over a month
Yeah,
now.
I was gonna say.
This is
I'm
quite
a little off
doozy.
on time because I haven't
Yeah,
been
yeah.
here. So
Right,
I'm trying to
right.
remember
It's probably been
exactly
over
where
a
I
month
was.
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a month.
This is a doozy of a gem. Have you noticed any ill effects?
Not particularly.
Have you been in dangerous situations with this gem?
Quite a few.
You're a lucky man.
I'm gonna need perception checks from.
Perception checks?
Yeah.
You're calling for the check now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm calling for
I
perception.
am the
check.
GM now.
We're all kind of the DM
This
today.
is Pregnart's house,
Sorry, I
okay?
didn't mean to hit that. 6.
Okay. So he's noticing that you're not quite believing or understanding what he's saying.
Well, yeah, but I think that Zach's asking for perception checks to figure out what the fuck
What
Pregnart's
he's
doing.
yeah.
Does Felix perceive anything?
Felix got a 12.
All right, Felix. Here's some like squeaky wheels coming down the hall
Oh boy.
from like a cart or something.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna excuse my horrible perception in the sense that I'm so raptured by
What he's
Dr.
saying.
Dedu is
Right, but
saying.
I'm distracted now because I hear this squeaky wheel.
right.
And through the door, Pregnart brings in a cart with like the most ornately designed ice cream sundae you've ever seen. It's like 3 or 4 feet tall, has like sugar work, lattice, and scaffolding. It's like steaming with how cold it is, and like the ice cream just looks delicious.
I thought we were getting mini sausages.
Dedu looks at Pregnart and says, "Damn it, Pregnart, I wanted little sausages!" And he starts shaking his cane at Pregnart and goes to like bonk him on the head with it.
Pregnart is so startled, and he he just topples the entire thing all over the floor.
Oh.
His masterpiece is just ruined, and Pregnart breaks down. He goes,
So I'm going to do an attack. I don't actually have a dagger, but I hope that I have a cane.
I'm just going to say you smack him with your cane.
Okay.
Like you just smack him with your cane.
This is Pregnant's specialty. Pregnant love ice cream.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to clean the soiled surface on the floor. And then whatever's still left on the thing up top, I will take a taste of because I do feel bad for Pregnart. And I say, it's delicious, Pregnart. Thank you.
That's right. You're welcome.
So anyways, Dr. Dedu.
I am livid right now.
How do we... So can we sell this to you? Like, what is this? Like, can we get rid of it if it's bad?
I don't believe you can. It appears that it's tied to you.
Tied to me.
Yes. Based on... he's going to go and look through some books.
Oh, sure.
And yes, I was correct in this. This gem requires it be stolen.
So what do you mean? What if we were just to leave it with you?
It would probably follow you somehow, based on just bad luck. Either I would die and it would roll down the hill. It's a very dangerous spell.
Uh-huh.
Great.
So, is it like a curse?
Yes, I believe so. I could help you with that as well.
Uh-huh. And if you were to help us with that, would you just take this off of our hands? I mean, is it worth anything to you?
I do believe that the bad luck would reside. I'm not sure. So I'm going to try this, and I'm going to put it back. It didn't leave its holder. And I'm going to use the spell Remove Curse.
Yes. So as soon as you do that, can you cast that as a ritual too or no?
No, I
Okay.
don't believe so.
Okay. So when he does cast that, Quinn, you feel
Lighter?
like almost like an emotional weight has lifted off of your shoulders. As if maybe at least its grip on you is no longer there. And I guess for the audience and a mechanics-based thing, when you remove curse on a cursed magical item, it does not remove the curse on the magical item. It just stays it so that you can remove it from your possession.
So basically...
So it's still cursed, but it will now... It's essentially not bound to anybody. So the next person to essentially
steal it
or take it, right, would be under its effect.
So just to clarify too, so even though it's in my possession...
No, I mean, it's no longer in your possession
right.
now.
So whose possession is it in?
Nobody's yet. It's still just on a holder in his study.
So, okay, I got this.
Well, you think you got this.
Come on.
However, as soon as he does that and you feel this weight lift from you, you start to see that while this thing is resting in its holder, a bunch of it's starting to it's black. It's like pitch black, right? But you can see that it's almost like kind of taking on a more smoky texture. Mm-hmm. Like a sort of black,
like a swirl
slight
inside of it.
Black wisps of smoke are going on inside of it and also issuing out from it. And then after maybe like a brief 3 to 5 second sort of pause as you guys are looking at this thing, this explosion of sort of black mist and like just dark energy just blasts out from this thing. And you see it sort of surround the room for a little bit, kind of above your heads, and then it just kind of all hits Felix. And he's like, no, what? Whoa, God! And he just disappears into the smoke, and then it sucks back into the gem. And then out from the gem blasts a sort of 6'7", sort of shadowy figure. And
Dr. Dedu screams at Quinn, "What have you brought into my house?"
And this figure says,
I am Garthax the Mighty. Soon you will all be my prisoners for keeping me prisoner for so long.
and he just starts just shouting and screaming, and his voice just echoes throughout this whole place. And we're gonna roll initiative.
All right. Do books fall off the shelves
Oh,
from
yeah.
the scream?
Oh yeah.
There's the first nat 1 of the night.
And the second.
Oh, we both.
Because I
Well,
also...
well, good thing you did it on initiative.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
That's one. Well, it doesn't matter on initiative. So
Right.
Wait. So you nat 20'd,
Yeah.
we nat 1.
Now, what is your
and then Felix nat 20'd earlier.
what's your initiative bonus?
Yeah. So hold on, let's go around because you add your initiative bonus to your roll.
It's
so
+3 now, right?
it's whatever your dex bonus is plus
But
your
It's See, that's where I'm confused.
Initiative is just based on your dex bonus.
Because if we're both +3, we have to have a roll off, right?
Yeah.
We are.
+2.
You're +2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You're +3.
hold on. I'll go
So
around.
you're first.
So Quinn, you got what? 2
3.
or 3? Yeah. Pregnart,
22.
Dr. Dedu,
4.
Pregnant saves the day.
Pregnant lucky boy.
oh boy.
I can't. I don't know what.
Hold on a sec.
You love him. Everybody
I have
loves
the two of
Pregnant.
you helping me fight this thing.
Yo, just you wait and see.
This is gonna be
I mean,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Just you wait and see what Pregnart's capable
Where
of.
the one time that I'm like, where the fuck is Hoblet? I need
Right.
someone to just smash the hell out of something.
Okay. So, Pregnart, you are first. You guys are about, not far from this thing. You're like 20 feet from it.
Pregnart's pretty confident this guy's evil.
Gee, I wonder what would have given you that inclination.
It takes some pretty strong suggestions to get Pregnart to attack somebody, but he's pretty confident. So he's only gonna cast a first level spell.
Okay.
And he's gonna cast Ice Knife
Oh, nice. Okay.
at this dude.
So, first make the attack roll.
11.
11.
Yeah.
It doesn't do it, but he still has to make a dex save because Ice Knife, whether it hits or misses, anything within a 5 foot radius of where it landed, has to make a dex save or take cold damage anyways. It does not pass the dex save.
Okay.
Garthax does not pass.
Okay, it's a 10.
10 cold damage?
Yes.
Yeah, this thing does seem to, let's see, does it have resistance to cold? It takes 5 cold damage from that.
Dang it.
This sort of shadowy figure of Garthax is going to just sort of float. You almost see his he kind of almost dematerializes into the shadow and just kind of ends up in front of Pregnart. And he's going.
Batman, dark magic. I don't like him.
He puts his hand out right in front of you, and you feel like it's something to attempt to drain your life force. It's 16 to hit.
I'm not finished. That hits.
You're gonna take 5 necrotic damage, and your strength is reduced by 3. So your strength bonus or your strength score is now reduced by 3. If your strength reaches 0, you die outright.
Because you can't even hold yourself up at that.
Correct.
Great.
So
I wish I had some ice cream for some energy right now.
this will rest. This will last. This reduction lasts until you finish a short or long rest.
Okay.
Okay. And then Dr. Dedu.
Dr. Dedu is going to cast Mage Armor on himself.
Okay.
And then Misty Step
Further away.
further away.
Sounds good. Wait, actually, you cannot. Only one regular spell per round.
Oh, it's a bonus action. Isn't
Correct,
it?
but you
Misty
can
Step.
still only cast one spell
Oh,
that is
I understand. I
per
understand.
round. You could do a spell and then a cantrip if you were it was like bonus action then cantrip, but you can't do 2 spells action bonus action. Yeah.
Well, then,
Forgot I have Mage Armor too.
So then what I'll do
Mage armor would be
is-
your action, but you don't have so. No, I'll go ahead. I'll let you do that again. So,
Yeah, sorry.
Dr. Dedu, what are you doing?
I'm going to do a Firebolt.
Okay,
I'm going to throw a Firebolt at him.
sounds good.
And that's just D20 plus... So I got 24.
Oh yeah. So
And
go
that
ahead and
does a 2d6.
2d10. Correct.
Sorry. 8 and 9. 17.
17. It takes 8.
Okay, and then I'll Misty Step.
Back, like 30 feet? Okay, yeah, you can do that, because cantrip plus regular spell, bonus action, you're good to go. Kwin, what are you doing?
I'm going to attack
You're going to attack the darkness.
the darkness.
Sorry, I just love to say it. It's like an old D&D thing. Yeah.
So I'm going to attack with my rapier.
Okay.
Just want to see what happens. All right, 18.
18 hits.
Okay.
You feel it. I mean, you feel like it definitely slows down when you hit it, but you don't feel like any piercing or anything happening, right? So you still roll your damage.
8.
Okay, it takes 4.
All right. And then I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration.
Or give Bardic Inspiration to-
Bardic Inspiration to
Pregnart.
Yep.
Yay!
How do you inspire Pregnart?
After all.
After all this, yeah. Your ice cream now is totally ruined, by the way, by this thing.
Yeah, obviously, Fran.
Toadman,
I mean, if it wasn't ruined before, this thing is ruined now.
I'll get you all the ice cream in the world if you just kill this thing.
Ice cream.
And you doing anything else on your turn, Quinn?
No.
Okay, Pregnart.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Mage Armor first,
Okay,
and that's just my regular
just a regular action, casting a spell.
first level spell.
Okay,
And then I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to use a Quickened spell.
Okay,
which is
so you
basically
can-
just a bonus action.
right. You can, but at this point, you can only use cantrips.
Oh shit! All right.
But yes, you can do that.
Okay, so I'm going to cast the Ray of Frost cantrip.
Okay, make your attack against it.
That is a 25,
That hits.
and that's it's 2d8,
Mm-hmm. It's 2d8.
2d8 cold damage.
Okay.
It's a 16,
So max damage. It takes 8.
and that is going to subtract -10 feet from the creature's speed, but with the addition of the Curse of the Sea,
Right, which is your sorcerer feature, right?
I can subtract another 15 feet from their speed
Do it.
if cold damage is dealt.
Yep. Minus 50. So it's minus 25 speed. This thing can now move 5 feet per round. Cool. Until your next turn.
Are you gonna move away from it?
That would
Yeah.
still provoke an
Oh,
attack
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
At this point, Pregnart is a little spent after that attack.
Yeah.
And he sort of just squats down. He just looks like a big frog.
Right.
Instead of like looking like a frogman, he just looks like a big frog
Sure.
sitting on the ground.
Yeah. Garthax is displeased with the amount of things he's been hit with. And so he, you see him sort of raise up his arms and then sort of push them out to the sides, and another blast of necrotic energy like radiates out from him. I need the 3 of you to make dexterity saving throws. Actually, you know what? Let's make it Constitution saving throws.
Oh.
So this is Constitution.
Yes. So Quinn,
23.
Pregnart.
8.
18.
Okay. I should do 8. So those of you who saved are taking 4 necrotic damage. Pregnart, you are taking 9, and your strength is further reduced by 3. What's your strength score right now?
It's gonna be a 6.
Okay.
Okay. So is that
You,
negative?
you see,
2?
you see like his muscles beginning to wither and shrivel.
So Fran is coming through on his on his promise to kill me.
Still making you, try to survive. I'm not like completely stacking the deck against Pregnard here.
Don't forget you have Bardic Inspiration too.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Dedu, what are you doing? Garthax is still assaulting your home and your trusted frog assistant.
So, now, Dr. Dedu is starting to remember Felix and the project, and he's going to use Melf's acid arrows.
Nice. Yep. You essentially just conjure a fucking magical arrow that shoots out and hits this thing.
So it's 4d4.
Yeah, if you hit.
So it's just an attack roll?
Yeah, make
Okay.
a spell attack.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
All right, so
What do
you're
I get for that?
So 4d4. It's 4 times 4 is 16 acid damage. So now roll an additional 4d4.
So it's max plus?
Yeah, that's how we do crits here because
Okay.
I feel like I've explained this before, but the regular D&D rules say you just roll the damage dice twice. I feel that crits should have more of an oomph. Because, for example, if your crit damage is 2d6 instead of 1d6 and you roll 2 1s, it doesn't feel much like a critical hit, does it?
Right.
So it's max die damage plus roll the die again.
And now I also get plus 2d4 for acid damage on top of that. Plus
Oh, so it's 4d4 piercing and then 2d4 acid?
The first one is a spell attack for 4d4 plus 1d4 per spell slot.
Okay, so but yeah, 4d4 is probably piercing damage, right?
And then 2d4
Acid?
plus 1d4 per spell slot.
Oh,
Acid.
dear God. Don't even roll then.
On a crit.
Well, roll. Go ahead and roll.
All 6? 6 or 7?
Roll 64.
Okay.
Hold on. Actually, hold on.
Awesome.
Wait, hold on. Let me look it up.
64.
D4s.
Let me just look up real quick to make sure I know what the fuck's going on. No.
You got a few over there.
44 acid damage immediately, and then 2d4 acid damage at the end of its next turn. That's how it works. So no, it's just you're rolling an additional 4d4, and then at the end of its next turn, it's going to take 2d4 acid damage.
Oh, okay. So it's just 4.
Okay.
These. Which are it? All right. So here's a 4d4.
Okay. And this is going to add 16 to this.
5, 6, 11.
11 plus 16 is 27 acid damage. It takes 13
Okay.
of that acid damage.
That was a pretty good hit, though.
It's not looking great.
Right.
You can see you can see its form starting to dissipate a bit. Anything else on your turn, Dr. Dedu?
Are those both mine?
Anything else, Dr. Dedu?
I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. Quinn, you're hanging out. What are you doing?
I'm first of all want to say I'm super impressed with my new partners. At first I was super nervous, but
Pregnant doesn't feel so good.
they're doing okay. Got myself a new tank.
Or just a punching bag.
Yeah, more or less.
Right. No one here is wearing any armor besides Quinn.
I have mage armor now.
Well, yeah, true, but it's up to you.
I'm going to attempt Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
He must make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
If he fails, he takes 3d6 psychic damage.
He got a 4 for his wisdom.
4 total?
4 for his wisdom.
Okay, so he failed.
Correct.
Alright, so... Where's a 3d6? 9 psychic damage.
So what kind of whispers does he hear?
Daddy
never loved you. Your life's a fraud.
Your mother's a whore.
You're not looking so dark today.
Your mother was a hamster.
My father smelled the elderberries.
You're the lightest dark thing I've ever seen.
That cloak really brings out the green in your eyes.
You're a fuck up and you've always been a fuck up.
Get back in your gym.
Great, thank you, because that kills it.
Oh! Wow. We shamed it to death.
Quinn once again for the save.
And you see that it doesn't actually get sucked into the gem. It the shadowy mist just sort of falls to the ground and then sort of just dissipates. And as it falls to the ground, he disappears into it, and it's just gone. Felix is
gem?
no, the gem is still there, but
Yeah.
that smoky sort of like shadowy aura that was all around here is gone, and so is Garthax,
Okay.
or the shade of Garthax.
Sure.
Any sign of Felix?
No.
So
He got sucked into the gem, though.
in a cautious move forward, Quinn kind of peruses the gem, wants to see if he can see inside of it, or
Yeah, you can actually see a miniature Felix swirling around in this darkness, and they're like literally pounding on like the sides of the inside of the gem, and you can hear very faintly, "Let me out!
Pregnant hops over there.
Let me out!"
Pregnant hops over there and
Oh God, it sucks in here!
sort of taps on the gem. He goes,
Hello.
Oh, that's really loud.
and then he reaches over to a shelf and takes a telescope and aims it at the gem to try to get a better look.
Someone, please help me! I don't know. Make me an Arcana check, Pregnart.
Okay.
Oh.
20.
20? Wow.
Modified 20.
Nice. You like this? There's something we need to be like dispel here. The curse does not. You think may have been lifted with the, or at least maybe have changed. Like the properties of this item have changed a bit, but as far as you think that like there would be you'd have to probably sort of spend some sort of ritual, or like you'd have to look up. There's a way to deactivate the magic on this gem, to release Felix from his imprisonment, but you don't know you still don't know exactly what would release, open this up, essentially open the door between whatever world is in there and here.
So Dr. Dedu is going to walk over and he says, "Oh, this magic is far out of my knowledge, but there is a place I used to work for. Was it the Beta mission?
the Omega
Kappa?
Project.
No. Delta Squad. What?
Quinn just kind of rolls his eyes. He obviously knows what he's talking about.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about the Alpha Alliance.
Right.
Of course.
The Delta undertaking.
Right.
The Epsilon emission.
The Missionaries of Mu.
Yes, that's it. That one. They can possibly help us with this.
So Quinn, remembering that the idea of this possession of the gem, he's reluctant to grab the gem, but he also does have this tiny feeling of desire to release Felix. So
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm going to persuade Pregnart to take the gem and hold on to it for safekeeping.
And I don't think either he wasn't paying attention or he wasn't in the room when I think we got a detail.
You were coming in with the ice cream.
Yeah.
We learned about all of this.
He was probably pretty distracted.
So Quinn turns to Pregnart. Toadman, grab the gem.
And Pregnant reaches over and he grabs it as if he's like cradling a baby because he's being very careful of
With Felix
inside of it.
Yeah, you see him kind of banging around a little bit, but he's just kind of like, like looking around.
You imagine the hopping. It's gonna
Right.
make you a little
He
Right.
fashions himself.
sickness.
He rips off like a piece of his cloak, and he fashions sort of like a baby Bjorn for a gem out of it.
I made the right choice.
You definitely do that. Okay. So yeah, you make the baby Bjorn for the gem. What do you guys do now?
Well, I know my way to the Omega Project, so
And you have an extra camel now.
I would lead.
Okay.
And we've got a frog that can jump, so.
Well, I won't make. I'm going to. I think. Well, it depends.
No, it's up to you. What do you want to
Yeah, I'm trying to because there's only 2 camels
Mhm.
and 3 riders, and we know how 3 riders on 2 camels or 2 riders on 1
Well,
camel.
do? 2 riders on 1 camel because Manservant was carrying a chest full of like all of your shit.
So, what? I have nature. Would that help me determine if we could all ride, like
Sure.
me and Pregnart? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pregnart and Didu are sharing a camel.
Great. Who's riding up front?
Pregnart.
Okay. Yeah, you guys hop on your camels. Do you lead them back to the Omega Project then?
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, you guys are departing. It's going to be pretty late when you get back. Are you just making way immediately? You know,
We should probably rest so that we're all.
Are we not?
Because
Are we not?
his strength will regain.
That's true. That's probably the most important part is whether or not.
Yeah, I only lost 4
Do we-
damage.
Are we
I mean,
paying
I'll
attention to
take back,
Pregnart
but-
getting slowly weakened over time?
I would say we definitely notice him getting hit more than us. So, out of being the leader that I am, I want to make sure my army is to full strength.
That's kind of you.
So,
Pregnant needs some ice cream.
Oh, and you do owe Pregnart some ice cream.
I do.
Someone said there'll be ice cream.
So this is what the conversation is as we're riding up.
So,
well, are you resting at your house?
yeah,
Or
why
are you
don't we rest,
resting,
like in
or are you,
okay.
or are you riding all the way to Tamasha here and then renting a room?
Pregnant is too tired to make it
Well, I mean,
himself.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
If we're gonna rest, we should rest at my hut.
Cool. Do you have a guest bedroom?
Let's say yes.
Okay.
All right. Quinn wasn't going to say anything, but since he's offered a guest room,
Did you offer a guest room?
Yes. Just say yes.
Okay. Just checking. Okay.
yeah, Quinn doesn't sleep on couches.
Pregnart just sleeps in like a damp corner.
Sure. Yeah.
He just sits facing the wall.
Okay. Great. You guys long rest for the night. Pregnant, your strength is returned. You guys wake in the morning, I'm assuming. Do you head straight out? Does Pregnant make breakfast? What happens?
Pregnart makes breakfast. Oh, you bet he makes breakfast.
Okay.
Does
Doc-
he make good breakfast?
So, I don't know if you guys have ever seen an episode of Star Trek Voyager where where Tuvok becomes stupid all of a sudden, but as soon as he becomes stupid, he becomes obsessed with making desserts, and I feel like this is exactly what has happened to Pregnart upon being transfigurated by Dr. Didu. So, at this point, Pregnart is like a master chef of like sweets and desserts, and he makes like this excellent spread of like stuffed French toast and like strawberry preserves on top, and
Sure. Okay.
it's just great.
All right.
Quinn feels like in his element right now.
Great.
Feels like a prince.
Dr. Didu is waiting for breakfast in bed from Pregnart.
Okay.
Pregnart joyfully hops into Dr. Didu's bedroom and presents another cart of, and he has like sort of like a cafe mocha, some whipped cream on top, and the stuffed French toast, of course, and you know, the newspaper for the doctor.
Oh, thank you, Pregnart. This looks fantastic.
Hold on a second.
Pregnant is pleased to help.
Dear God. The tray almost sticks to your sort of froggy fingers as you hand it to him, but it kind of leaves a little residue on there, as you hand it to Dr. Didu. I'm sure he's come to expect that at this point, though.
That's just what Pregnart refers to as his Pregnart flair.
Right. Do you... Kwin...
Mike had a really choice wince on his face as soon as I said that.
Comparing that to flair, I'm just like,
So Kwin, you probably hear some of this going down, from the other room.
This does not apply. Just this now. Okay.
Correct. Kwin, so you hear this commotion, going on from the other room, like you heard the squeaky wheel cart being wheeled down the hall.
Okay.
That probably wakes you up if you weren't up already. What are you doing? Where's the gem?
Pregnant has it.
Pregnant still has it?
Yeah, I'm wearing it around my
Oh, did you wear it to sleep?
Yes.
Did you make breakfast with it?
Yeah.
So Felix
I am wearing it like it is a youngling, okay?
As you're eating, like you see Felix like look up at you, be like, "Please get me out of this thing. It's so cold."
Pregnart isn't
Poor
trying
Felix
to feed it.
I'm hungry.
He's not trying to feed it, but some French toast and whipped cream seems to be dribbling down onto the gem.
This is my nightmare.
Pregnart, although he's not trying to feed it, he's sort of like stroking the gem, trying to soothe.
Please stop. Please stop it.
He's
Quinn is getting just like a slight ounce of
Schadenfreude? Schadenfreude?
Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude? Schadenfreude?
A little bit. He's trying to prevent the smirk from
Sure.
coming over
Hold
his
on.
face.
Pregnart sings
Felix
like
notices it.
Pregnart tries to sing Felix a Magogo lullaby.
Oh God. He's at this point, like Felix is literally just standing there with sort of like his fingers, like kind of rubbing the bridge of his nose.
As Quinn takes a large forkful of French toast and strawberry preserves, he just looks at Felix and goes, 60% all of the time.
I fucking hate you. Just eat quickly so you can get me out of this thing.
So, what should I roll to see how long it takes Dr. Didu to remember about what happened last night? He probably remembers it pretty quickly.
Well, your keen mind remembers everything pretty much within the last month.
Last month, so it's the last month.
So anything beyond a month, we've decided
Fades out pretty
is pretty. Like your mind is keen.
I did not know that.
Short-term memory.
Okay, so he does recall. He's had a good night's sleep. He slowly turns himself out of bed. Well, that was a good sleep. All right, it's about time. We should probably help your friend now.
Yes, please.
Hop him?
And
No.
Pregnart proceeds to hop all around the room.
I can hop him.
No, please stop it. Please stop
Pregnant,
I feel like,
stop
are you
doing
like
that.
bouncing like up and down?
Yeah,
in the-
Felix is bouncing up and down inside the thing, just like hitting the different walls of it.
Dr. Didu is used to Pregnart putting on this kind of show. He grabs his cane and starts slowly shuffling out of the room.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he was gonna shuffle over to beat me over the head.
No, he's used to this.
You're not quite sure which lumps on Pregnart's head are just because of his toad-like appearance and what are just
From the cane.
lumps from being
Jesus.
bludgeoned.
It's horrible.
So there's maybe this slight red tint to the ones that are the bludgeons.
Yeah, sure. All right, do you guys head out?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I'll lead the way.
Yes, let's go.
You enter the desert.
Enter Thunderdome.
I'm just kidding. I was just
I was confused for a second because weren't we in like the coast?
Yeah, of a desert island.
okay.
Yeah. We're
Like
making
a
our way
desert continent.
back
Right.
to the Kappa Commission.
Right. Australia.
That's why there's camels,
Yes.
bruh.
Bruh.
Fantastic.
Riding this hump.
Right. So you guys ride into Tamasha here.
So nothing happens?
Why? Why?
I don't know.
You didn't.
I'm sorry. I'm rusty. Okay. Ugh.
Nothing happens.
That was it. That was a.
Actually, you know what? Hold on a
second. That was
second.
a nice lesson, a reminder lesson of to keep my mouth shut.
Correct.
For those out there that are new, just when the DM has nothing planned, just remain quiet.
But he has an entire binder full of random tables.
Yeah.
There's a man here, as you encounter. He's carrying a cart behind him, like on the road up to Tamash here. It's a sausage cart.
Oh.
There are sausages on this cart.
So we're riding up like to the side.
He
of
has large sausages, medium sausages, mini sausages, and hot dogs.
Tail sausages.
Yeah, does he have any
Cocktail
of
sausages.
Dr. Dedoo's favorite
He sure does.
cocktail weenies?
He sure does.
I'm going to
Wow.
ask.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have any cocktail sausages? Little pigs in a blanket, perhaps?
Of course. Yes, of course. But of course. How many would you like?
Did you? Sorry.
You're to do.
I am to do.
Pregnant, would you mind hopping off and purchasing, let's say, how many food we need for the week? Oh, no. Let's go with 60. 60 cocktail sausages, please.
Pregnard hops down and he's just wide-eyed looking at all these sausages, salivating pretty close to them and squeezing them like you would ripe fruit.
And leaving this like residue from your fingers all over them.
So gross.
The merchant slaps your hand away from his sausages.
So many sausages. I have to see which ones are the good ones.
Just they're all good. Like just don't please stop touching my sausages.
I'm a very picky sausage customer.
No, you leave a disgusting residue.
While this conversation is going on, Dr. Dedu is going to yell down,
Pregnant, for your kind service last night, pick yourself out any sausage you like.
And Pregnard just stares at the cart purveyor.
Uh-huh.
And he says,
One, please.
Which you know what? You take the sausages that you touched. But you pay for them.
Hang on, let me bring out my sausage sack.
and
You can hear Felix literally just screaming at this point now.
Pregnard brings out his special bag that he uses for his sausages.
Only you can hear him screaming though. By the way, yes, your special sausage bag, right? Yeah.
And he piles in whatever.
Whichever ones he touched,
Yeah.
plus the 60 that you're purchasing for Dr. Dedu. You
Right.
make your exchange, your payments.
Why not?
And he says, "Thank you for your business." Oh my God! I went back to testicles.
you can't escape
Thank
the
you for your
testicles."
business. And he just continues on his way.
I was
Much
just gonna do,
obliged.
It's me, Mario.
You know, guys, I'm not like I'm not Matthew Mercer. Okay, like I'm not like a professional voice actor. All right, nor do I ever claim to be. I just kind of go with whatever the fuck's happening in my brain, which maybe is to the detriment of everybody else around me. But you know what? Fuck you.
I love it.
Thanks. Any hoozle.
Pregnard sticks his snout into the sausage sack, and he just gets a big whiff, and he goes, and then he hops away from the sausage cart, man.
Okay.
And back onto the whatever we're riding on. I
Right.
forget.
Camels?
The camels, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you do that, and you continue riding towards Tamasha here. Honest to goodness. So I have this minor encounter roll table here that I used in our original campaign that Mike and Dave were a part of.
Uh-huh.
And the one I did was literally a man is selling sausages from a decent cart. The sausages are okay.
It's amazing because I noticed you giggle a little bit when you realize what you were about to read.
Right. The other ones were, and the one that we actually had in our previous group was a man is selling wieners from a cart. Not to eat. The cart is barking.
Your puppy.
Yeah, like wiener dogs,
Wiener
not
dogs.
wieners. Right. Anyways.
Dachshunds.
So,
Quinn flips the man a gold coin before we depart.
for
Yeah,
for dealing with your bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah. I clearly paid him.
Yeah, he kind of just puts it into a tip jar, kind of like nods to you, and then keeps going.
Pregnart sees this and tips him one of the sausages.
Touche. One-upped by a frog.
You see him kind of like hold it like kind of far out, like he kind of grabs a handkerchief to grab it from you, and just stares at it as this sort of like weird sticky residue is all over it, and he just kind of like gives you a sort of like a half like nod, like a trying to be nice, thank you.
And
But-
Pregnart gives him a deep bow because that was his favorite sausage of the bunch.
Of course it was. And you notice though that as you're walking away though, actually roll me perception checks, guys.
Nat 20.
Nat 1. Oh, wait. Oh, man.
Oh man, I wasn't expecting that to happen.
All right.
Oh no!
I made the gem do something.
I rolled a nat 1.
Don't tell anyone when it does. Just
Okay.
roll a D100.
All right.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
83.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay.
Except for that you don't realize what's happening.
Yeah, and I'm
So
sorry.
none of us
that-
actually
18.
know.
no one knows
that
anything.
was
Dr. Did what
an
happens?
issue.
18?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the two of you notice that the guy throws the sausage into the sand.
Okay.
And
But
Pregnart,
Pregnant does not.
No.
Pregnart's
Aw.
thinking. He's lost in deep thought on his camel.
Well, I was actually
reminiscing
not
about the
I was not
He
expecting
is.
you.
He
I was-
definitely is.
He's like literally having like a dream of him and the sausage like running in the meadow.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Like you know that departing scene where like,
Artists out there,
he misses the
please
sausage.
illustrate that.
Oh, if you can draw us up a Pregnart dancing in a meadow with a giant anthropomorphized sausage. Oh my god.
You will be our new favorite person.
Phil, I know you listening, Phil.
Oh my
You got
God.
this, Phil. You can do it. And also, all right, here's what it is. This is a contest now. What should the prize be? If we
I have no
winner.
idea.
We'll choose from the best picture. I don't know, you can edit this out, never mind.
I have no idea what to offer, so I'm going to just say no.
Yeah.
All right, our undying love and affection.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Quinn's undying love.
especially Quinn's.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Without further ado, you guys do make it back into Tamasha here, though, into the project. What do you guys go up to? You guys return your camels.
Yes.
Okay. What do you do next?
Somehow I have to get Dr. Dedu to remember why we came here.
Yeah,
He remembers for the most part.
the receptionist asks, "Hey, Quinn, yeah, I saw you yesterday. Where's Felix?"
Detained.
Where? What did he do?
So our
Let's just say that's why we're here.
yeah.
Oh, who do you need to see them? What do you need? What's going on?
Do you know of a Dr. Dedu? And Quinn just kind of like introduces /
Dr. Dedu is kind
She
of
looks at him quizzically. You actually see that under her name badge, there's a thing that says intern,
Okay.
and she says, "No, I've never met this man before in my entire life."
Dr. Dedu is kind of like picking at things like on like little banisters and stuff like that. He kind
Right.
of
There's
wanders
other
around.
there's other scientists in here, and as they see you doing that, they again also like just slap your hand, like, "Don't touch it.
Oh, a rude little man.
You're touching things that don't belong to you. I would say that's the rudest thing."
We need to see Melf.
Well, Melf is on field duty right now.
Dr. Dedu, is there anyone else we can talk to?
Give me a history check.
Okay. 18.
18. Yes. Within the last month, you did speak to somebody who may have known about a scientist here at the project. who goes by the name of let's go to the bucket.
Go into the bucket. Mixing it around, putting our hand in and picking out a name.
Montage.
Montage. The decider.
Reginald Pavis. That comes from user Donut141 on Reddit. Thanks, by the way.
Thanks, Donut. You do not.
You know that he's a historian and an archaeologist here at the project.
So Dr. Dew is going to say,
I do remember someone. I believe it was Reginald.
Oh, Reginald Pavis. Yes.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yes, he's in the. I believe. Hold on. She checks like a sort of like a written log. Looks like he is checked into Lab 16.
I feel like Quinn knows his way around pretty well.
Oh no, I'll show you the way. Don't worry about it.
Great.
There's another person at the desk, so like there's like two people at all times.
Awesome.
So she takes you back to Lab 16, and there's this sort of you can see this older fellow in there. Lab 16 is full of a lot of different ancient texts. There's also a set of different tables in here that are used for inspecting, whether it's like magical items. Like there's things like for weapons, for staves, for gems, for rings, amulets. Like this is sort of just like a research lab. And as you enter, the assistant goes, Reginald, these men here are here to these men and this frog thing are here to see you. I'll leave you to it.
I'm pregnant.
Oh my God. Okay, and she just leaves. Okay. Reginald kind of sort of like turns his head up from the book that he was poring over, and he sort of like puffs out his chest and he says, "Well, to what do I owe the pleasure? Or to whom do I owe the pleasure?
I am pregnant.
Oh my God, what the fuck are you?"
I am pregnant.
Dr. Dew steps forward. Hello. Sorry.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
I can't. What the fuck are you?
I'm sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, sorry.
Hello, I am Dr. Dedu. This is my assistant, Pregnant.
I am pregnant.
Oh my God.
Proclaimed so vivaciously. Perhaps you can assist us. It appears one of his friends, we may or may
Felix
not...
Fizzlebottom.
Felix? What about Felix?
Yes, he may or may not be trapped inside that gem.
He's a baby now.
We need. We need your help.
Oh yes, well, let me take a look. Zach's broken.
Pregnant, please hand the gem.
He's a very small baby. Be quiet. He's a very small baby. Be very careful of him.
Did you hand him the gem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you been drinking?
Is that a real question?
Okay. You hand him the gem. He kind of like polishes it off a little bit as there's again this sort of ichor all over it from your hands. And he looks in there, and Felix is like, "Oh, thank you! Oh my God!" And like Reginald just like slowly walks it over to like a little pedestal. It's got like a sort of tripod, a tiny little tripod on it for it to rest the gem on. And he kind of inspects it a bit. You see him sort of like cast identify to kind of get an idea of what's going on here.
Pregnant is having very severe separation anxiety.
I don't care.
He's wringing his hands.
Yeah, he's too Reginald is too focused to really take his eyes off of anything else. And then eventually he says, "Okay, everybody, stand back, please.
Quinn stands
Against the walls, everybody." And you see even Reginald stands back, and he pulls out a wand from his jacket, his lab coat, and he points it at the gem, and you hear him incant something ridiculous. Let's see. "Wimbly bimbly mimsy pimsy! And like this sort of huge, like sort of bolt of like sort of pink and like white sort of energy hits the gem, and a circular sort of aura surrounds it, and then you hear this sort of weird slurping sound.
Ew.
And then Felix just like flies out of it and then grows back to his normal size.
Which isn't much bigger.
Right. And and he sort of hits the ground and he's like covered in this sort of weird milky substance, and he's just like, he starts coughing. Like, oh my God. Oh, that was the worst thing I've ever been through in my entire life. Oh.
Pregnart hops over and uses his cloak.
Please don't touch me.
He starts mopping up this substance a little bit.
Please don't touch me. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. Okay. So. Fuck that thing. Quinn, let's get the fuck out of here. What do you say, bud?
And what have we learned about your plans?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
You're welcome.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Let's find our friends.
Wait, Pregnart asks if he can come with. He's gonna roll a persuasion.
Okay.
Should it? Okay.
And I'm gonna use Quinn's inspiration.
Okay.
What? You can't use it against me.
And that is a 25.
Even no matter what Felix rolls, he would never be able to get a 25 on his insight. So he's like, "Why not? You can work on our ship."
Yes.
So
What if you nat 20 though?
I did not nat 20.
I did not either.
So as we're all walking,
Is that okay with you, Doctor Dedu, if we take Pregnart to be part of our ship?
Before you leave, Pregnart, I feel like I owe you this. And he's going to take Pregnart away from the group and go up to the main desk. He's going to ask, is there anyone, and he's going to try to ask pretty much if there's anyone who's good at transmutation here. So he's going to ask, is there anyone here who specializes in transmutation?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
So I'd like to just immediately beeline with Pregnart in that general direction.
Okay.
In your
I'm going to knock on the door. Hopefully the person's there.
No.
Person's not there?
No.
Okay. So he's...
No.
Would you... If you can stay with us for a little bit, we can figure this out. I mean, I'm sure that he'll be back in a little bit. Like, well, here, why don't I show you to one of our waiting areas?
So I'm going to wait with Pregnart in the waiting room. So he's going to turn to Pregnart and say, now, I know I haven't been the best to you. I know I've done you much wrong in these times that we've spent together. The last thing I can do before we part ways is my very best to turn you back to your original state.
Pregnant has original state?
Pregnant is not original state, no.
You've been a very nice doctor.
I appreciate that, Pregnant.
I like you a lot.
I like you too, Pregnant, and it saddens me to see you go with this crew.
Felix says, but you know what? It took me a little while to warm up to him, but I like him exactly the way he is.
Do you?
Yeah, I feel oddly drawn to his charisma.
Pregnant can be very persuasive.
I say we just keep him like that.
So I'll leave it up. I'm going to wait here.
Okay.
No matter what.
Well, we're
I'm
gonna
going to
wait.
leave it up to Pregnant to see whether or not he wants to be turned back.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out next time what befalls, what befalls Pregnart. It's okay.
We'll figure it out.
We'll find out what happens to Pregnart. We'll find out.
Oh no.
You know what happens to Dr. Dedu at some point when we reconvene our stories once more.
All right. That was quite the tale there.
Yeah. So I want to
Quinn
say
is just like collecting these like odd things.
Yeah, that's
people-
pretty much what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Really.
I'm
Good
excited to meet the new member of Hapless.
oh boy, Morton Mac.
I have heard many a tale,
Oh yeah.
so I am super excited.
Oh yeah. So that's been our episode, our little bonus episode for today. Thank you guys for listening. If you like what you heard, hit us up on the interwebs. We can be found on Twitter. We're at Hapless Heroes. We're on Facebook. We're on Reddit. It's just /r/Hapless Heroes podcast. You can shoot us an email too. We're haplessheroes@gmail.com, and we have an Instagram that we sometimes put like videos or photos up on that we're still trying to figure out. If you really, really like us, you can leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. We'd really appreciate if you did so. It really kind of helps us grow in the ranks, get more people to listen to the show. It just makes me also really happy to read your kind words. And we also have a Patreon page. And Patreon kind of, if you want to donate any of your hard-earned dollars to our show, we really appreciate it. Helps feed us, maintain our equipment, get new stuff. It's just, it's a really nice thing. It's totally not necessary, but, it's there if you feel like we're worth that to you. So it's just patreon.com/haplessheroes.
And if you love us, really love us, you need to go to your local department store, shopping mall, hide in the middle of one of those 4-way racks, and when you hear the phrase, "Oh, this looks nice," you pop out and say, "Listen to Hapless Heroes!"
And
All right.
videotape yourself doing it so we can see it.
That's right. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and outro our party. We've had Mike playing Lord Captain Kwin Southwind,
It is an honor to be back playing.
Zach playing Pregnart,
Oh, goodbye, I've been pregnant.
and John playing Dr. Dedu.
Thank you for visiting. It was nice meeting you.
Who are you again?
And what the fuck is that?
And I'm Francesco. I've been your host and DM for this evening. We will see you next time for our regularly scheduled programming. Bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
We
Bye-bye.
say goodbye.
Pregnart!
Damn it, Pregnart!
Merry Christmas.
Dude, this is gonna be coming after Christmas. Yeah. You fucked up. Happy New Year?
Probably, definitely the new year at this point.
You done fucked up, Mike.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.